Hi makers, this is Kara with Second Go Round Designs. Today we're going to demonstrate decorating the explosion box made by PhotoPlay. So you've received your box, you've gotten it out, you've done the scoring, you've got the pieces together, so now we're going to decorate. I'm starting with the outer layer, and I've already pre-cut my papers, as you can see here. You're going to start with the pre-cut papers measured 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 for your outer layer. So you'll need 4 plus 1 for your center. And I'm gluing the center here, pulling the back off of the double-sided sticky adhesive tape, which I used. I used iCraft super tape because I wanted a really good adhesion, because this particular box is going to a workshop as an example and will be handled by several people. So use your tool or your fingers, select the or pull the backer tape off of your sticky tape like I'm doing here. This particular tape has that red film on it, so you can see what I'm removing is the film. I'm placing the first square in the center, and you want to space it evenly around all 4 sides. You really wouldn't have to do a center, but because the other 2 layers will be sitting on top of this, but I wanted a fully finished look upon completion. So I did do a layer there in the center. You can see these sides will flip up, and they have a triangle fold over that you can put little mementos or little things that you can pull out, or tabs, what have you, in each of the little pocket triangles. I've already glued the red sides here with my tape, so I'm going to fast forward through some of this so you're not painfully watching each piece of tape being laid. The super tape is extra sticky, so if you see me sort of struggle from time to time, it's very tacky, and you want to be sure where you're laying it down because it's not going to come back up. The triangles will be part of step 2. Your kit will have step-by-step instructions inside of the package. So I just wanted to give you a little kind of brief synopsis of how to assemble. We're working on our last fold here. You'll put some on the triangle. Now your triangle pieces are still your 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, but I've cut them in half from opposite points. So you're basically cutting your square down diagonally down the middle to get your triangle pieces. You can use whichever tape you have. You might have other tapes on hand or double-sided sticky tape. It's whatever your preference is. Now the next 2 steps, steps 3 and 4, you're going to want to pre-cut your papers to 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. And this step is the thumb pocket, basically a thumb pocket, and I used a 1-inch circle punch to create that divot in my papers. So basically you're going to use half of the 1-inch circle to get that half cut out. And you can see I'm speeding you up through the taping so you're not bored here. but you center your paper again over your work surface, pressing it down. And we'll secure this flap as well. In your kit, you have 4 hinges, and I'll show you those in a minute. I also used a 1-inch circle just inside the tab so that you have some contrast. Now here are your hinges. You're going to run tape along both sides of the hinge, and the opening, as you can see, will face toward the inside of the pocket, so it gives you full space to slide your products into your pocket. There's the 1-inch circle that I use for an alternating pattern. You're going to peel your tape, adhere your hinge, and the opposing side on the thumb pocket, and that creates your enclosed pocket like this. We'll do the same over here. Pull the tape on the hinge, and on the opposing side, and seal. Fold your flaps up, and now we have 2 layers completed. The next steps, 5 and 6, well, basically 6, is a repeat, a smaller version of the outer layer that we did before, except a smaller version. So on this step, you're going to pre-cut your papers to 2 7/8 inches by 2 7/8, as you see here. I used the green and white floral as the outside of the inner layer, if that makes sense. Again, you've got folding triangles, just like the first one we did, just a smaller version. You're going to place your tape on the triangle fold over, and creates another slip pocket. Now this is going on the outside of the innermost layer. Here's some of the supplies I use. Really, this is where the creativity starts to begin. Just gather what you have. I used some old Christmas cards. I had cardstock. I have decoupage paper from ITD that I really wanted to incorporate, like this bell. I had some birds. That's a decoupage on top of just regular cardstock. And then I made these fun tags with decoupage and tearing the paper to give it some variety. I used twine and little berries to, pull the inserts from. And it's just a way to get creative with what resources that you have on hand. I had some chipboard, which I made this tag from the Santa out of. It's one of my favorite parts on this box. And now we're getting to the final steps, which is laying the lid, creating the lid, covering it, and completing your box. I used an old Christmas card along the sides. I did decoupage on top of cardstock on the top. I did 3 strips of tape on each tab so it would be extra secure. You line it up, press firmly, and it does stick well. Do each side. And then for your papers on the inside of the box, as well as the exterior of the lid, you're going to cut paper 4-inch by 1 7/8 for your lid trim, basically. So here I am applying the lid inserts, which are 4" by 1 7/8 inch on the inside as well as the outside. And then I finished off the exterior of the lid with some gold ribbon that I had that coordinated with some of my papers. I just used a hot glue gun and applied the ribbon around the top. And here we have the reveal. The lid is on. You can see it's just a really cute little box. Lots of room for creativity here. And voila! Ta-da! Inside the lid, there's a Santa with our trim, different patterns and text. And the layers, 3 layers as you can see. Now I happen to use a little ornament and block and snowman that I had on hand for my center surprise, but you can use whatever you have on hand or the accordion paper that comes with it. But as you can see, I'm showing you the flaps, the little inserts I created with different animals, different sayings, different Christmassy type scenes. You can really personalize these to make it, kind of a custom gift for a family member or friend. You can decoupage, you can use transfers, stamping, what have you. I used to do card making, so I had a lot of cardstock on hand. I had those little tags. I used Christmas cards cut up, hole punched, and decoupage papers from ITD to give it some variety. I used some chipboard. As you can see, those little circles. Really, the possibilities are unlimited. This is the accordion that you could use or shorten, however you would like it, your center to be. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful, and stay tuned for future projects from Second Go Round Designs and the Picker's Palace. Happy creating! See you soon.